Greetings everyone. In this video I'm going to talk to Boo. Listen, Boo, I don't think you realize how deep this thing really is. When you decided, and I'm sure you hesitated at first, to go on social media and to join your wife Alicia, Kim, and share your love with the world. Listen, people gravitated towards your story. Older men who have desire for younger women. And listen, we are not going to condemn that because in Jamaica or in our African culture, it is very common for older men to marry women who are very young. Back in the day, our great grandparents were married, and the woman would be 16 years old, and the man would be way in his 30s, so or 40s even. So we're not going to continue to beat the horse. It is what it is, and the truth is, when you guys presented yourself, even though there was a clear age difference, people just gravitated towards you guys and loved you. When you guys were doing your pranks and stuff like that, I'm not lying, it was hilarious. Okay, and so we're not going to make you feel any worse than you already feel. But I must say, something is missing in the story, Boo. When I listen to your response video, it just seems. I'm so glad to see you're calm, by the way. And I hope it's not the calm before the storm. I hope this is the genuine sweet Boo or Boo. And when I say Boo, people, Boo means husband, okay? But Boo, the sweet Boo that I suspect you are. Things can get very complicated and very complex. So when you rightfully state that marriages go through ups and downs, the only difference is you are in front of the camera and others are not. Some of the individuals that are coming for you are very angry with you only because they're living their lives vicariously through you. So when things fall apart, they take it so personal. Some of the persons watching you have mental health problems. They are not able to define truth from reality, or realize that some of the stories that you present is not exactly what happens behind the scenes. And clearly, we're supposed to protect our sacred space. We are supposed to hold back some things. One of the reasons why people have so much talk, Boo, is because, for some reason they get the feeling that they get to decide what goes on with you guys. And please keep in mind that if 1 million people watch you and say, I love you, most of these folks are only watching until everything fall apart. So not everyone is here to celebrate your love. Not everyone is here to understand you. What I'm saying to you, Bo or Boo, is that you guys met each other and both of you benefited from the relationship with each other. Kim provided something that you were seeking. You wanted a beautiful woman. You wanted someone you can have a good time with. She bring you off and you bring her off. You both benefited, and then you want this love to continue. So you brought her to America to be with you. And while you're there, you're going through your growing pains and you're going through your differences. I'm very happy that you're not allowing people to make you come out and say more than you're supposed to say. And when you guys are ready, if this storyline is true or truthful, when you get together, you can talk about real life situations where people who are in long distance relationship need to hear before they come to these parts to live. The honeymoon, romance, and all these things. They don't realize that eventually people get out of the honeymoon phase and life takes control. I don't care what problem there exists with you and your wife. If she wants to live at your house or she wants to live at her house, that is irrelevant at this point. At this point, I'm just asking you guys to remember the good times. I see you guys traveling, going on cruise. No one should be able to come between you two. And whatever you decide is ultimately between you. None of us Because if at one point or the other you hear something is going on with Kim, you're going to feel it because that's your love. And if something happens to you, she's going to feel it because she knows your love and your kindness. And she's always going to remember, or she should remember, that you're the one who gave her an opportunity that many other persons would never consider. Okay? So I'm just here to say that we're not all, pushing for you guys to break up, or we're not all forcing you guys to stay together if that's not what you want. In your video, you clearly said you love each other. You clearly said that you're not getting a divorce. That is up to you guys. Because listen, most of us never heard of you, never knew anything about you when you were getting married. And I personally speak on both of your situations in the past, but it was never with malice. It was because I liked you guys so much. And I was just saying, be careful because listen, there's power in the tongue. Even when you're speaking, I was not very convinced that there was actually a real problem between both of you. If it's true, then the way you speak, oh, it makes me think. But I'm not going to go into that. What I'm saying is, remember your friendship. Folks don't want to see you together, and there are folks who want to see you guys together. There are people who feel like it is their prerogative, that you are married to someone who's younger than you, or there are people who are saying, see, I told you so. So you cannot look at that. You have to remember, go back for those great memories, pull back those wonderful moments that you've spent with each other. And if it's something that is coming to an end, you can still put a spin on that. I doubt that though. I think there's enough chemistry and enough history between both of you to work this out. The truth is though, you see this social media performance, aka family channel or family videos or whatever, it is very addictive, and the paycheck is not so bad. And so people will present an image to the world when in reality it is not so. So from now on, you get to decide, what you share with the world and what you hold back for yourself. Clearly, in your video, you said there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and Kim has said the same thing. That's true for everybody. In everybody's situation, once two persons live in the same space, you are going to have conflicts. It's how you choose to fix those situations that makes the difference. It deepens your friendship. It deepens the bond. Sometimes a woman might feel like, okay, this is not what I'm looking for, and she goes to explore, or a man does the same thing too. And after they're away from each other, they realize, listen, what I got over here is golden. All right? So it is not uncommon for people to separate, especially when you're at an impasse. I want this, you want that. The truth is, though, it's always best to stay in that same environment and work it out if there's no violence and so on and so forth. It's always best to work it out. The beautiful thing about long marriages or relationship is when you go through the storm, but one person sits at the edge of the bed, and if you say boo, somebody fall off, but you're staying. But it's not always the option. And so this doesn't seem to be your option at the moment. But I'm saying, remember the love. Remember the laughter. I remember the laughter. And it is sad for a lot of persons when they see that you guys are going your separate ways. Some people just accept you and accept the relationship as is, and they don't ask questions, and they leave the rest to God to decide. And so I want you all to remember the love, the laughter, the sincere feelings of, commitment and attraction and all those beautiful things. And do not feed the lions because they're hungry out here. They want the juice. They're pulling up a front row seat to get to the meat of the matter. And so you get to decide what you share and what you hold back. Bless up yourself. I wish all the best for you and Kim. And I know within myself that regardless of the outcome, you guys must never forget your bond that you shared. There was a clear bond and there is love. I do believe that there's love. Regardless of what people are saying, you guys are family. Okay? Remember that. Stay blessed, everyone.